Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for, this is your love bonus reading for the month of November. We're going to just jump right in here, Capricorn, and we are going to see what is going on for you as far as love is concerned. Capricorn, I was doing a different spread originally, but I decided I didn't like it, so we're going to switch back to my regular old spread for love for you. So you start off with this Fates card here, Capricorn. I love this card. Really good card if it wants to focus. That would be great. But apparently not. So whatever. I quit. This card here, amazing. And so it can represent fate and a fated event happening for you here. I feel like I've been saying this to you for like months now, Capricorn. What I would say is if love is coming in for you, I do feel like it could be like a little bit more of a surprise. Maybe you're just not looking for it, right? And usually that's when it happens. Or it can happen like that where we kind of just meet a person randomly and maybe things work out. So I see that for some of you, not all of you, but for some of you. As usual, typical Capricorn reading. Seven of Cups, King of Pentacles, Four of Cups. Some of you maybe just aren't focused on love. So, it is what it is. But I feel like there could be a fated kind of event for you here that could bring love into your life. You have the Seven of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups here. I do get like a confusing energy here. Even if we look at your first diagonal here, Capricorn, we go Seven of Cups to the Knight of Cups to the Eight of Cups down here. And I kind of get like a weird energy off of that. I feel for some of you that you are confused about what to do. This might be for just like one or two of you. I feel like for somebody out there, it's like you're maybe in more of like a situationship type of person. Definitely could be with a water sign here. And I feel like you're not sure what to do. And again, just to show you again, you have the Seven of Wands here and the Eight of Cups down here. So if we do this reading based off the diagonals, right? If we go this way or this way, it's like choosing this direction. You have the Seven of Wands, which would be a very long commitment. Some of you, it's like, again, I feel like you have a choice to make here, and it's going to be different for all of you. But you have this intimacy card here. It actually says, "Into me I see," on that card. I feel that what this reading boils down to is if you're trying to make a decision, I feel like you have to make the decision that you want. And I know that sounds very, very obvious here, Capricorn, but it's like, I don't know, I just in like some of my past relationships, not to talk about myself here, but it's like I've definitely been in relationships where it's like I've probably wanted to leave a person, but I haven't said I haven't said it, right? Because I like feel bad, and I've stayed in relationships too long, or whatever, and also, like, I've had people that I've talked to that have come back from the past, and I really didn't want to go back in the first place, but I still was, like, talking to them, and it just kind of felt weird, right? I get that weird feeling here. That's why I'm saying this. Like, some of you could be talking to a person from the past, or you could be just talking to a person where maybe you didn't really date them, but, maybe you're not sure how you feel. I get that type of feeling here in your first row. And so it is confusing, right? It is a confusing feeling. You're like, what do I do? And what makes it more confusing is I feel like some of you will make the commitment, Seven of Wands, and I feel like some of you will walk away. I think the hardest part for you is knowing how you feel internally. I feel with this Four of Cups here, Capricorn, I'm almost seeing this as more, only your reading does it not want to focus. But with the Four of Cups here, it just, I give up. But anyway, with the Four of Cups, I feel it's just saying that, like, maybe entering into a more meditative state or a meditative place, doing whatever you can do to meditate. Maybe you need to go for a walk or something like that. I feel like getting out of your head and kind of like making a decision, like, how do I feel in this situation? Some of you, again, I feel like you're like in a situationship, and I really feel like you need to take some time to ask yourself that question. How do I feel in this situation? Some of you might walk away and say, I feel pretty damn good about this situation. For others, I feel like you're like, I don't want the good with the bad. Here's the thing, is that the Seven of Cups is about taking the good with the bad, right? Seven of Cups in relationships can say that there are certain things in relationships that you're willing to accept. There are certain things that you're not willing to accept. And I don't even know what I'm trying at this point, but there's certain things that you're willing to accept. There are certain things that you're not willing to accept. And the Seven of Cups just says, nobody's perfect, so we have to look at a person, right? There's some good things in these cups. There's some bad things, like some snakes and things like that in the cups. It's like everybody has their bugaboos. Everybody has something wrong with them, right? And so every rose has its thorn, right? So it's like, what are you willing to accept in a relationship? I feel like the universe is trying to wake you up to this for some reason. I can't even move off of this first row because of that. Yeah, with the Seven of Cups, you have the Four of Pentacles. Again, are you just holding on to a situation, just hold on to it here? Or are you, looking for something, like, are you holding on to something? Are you afraid to go somewhere you've never been before? Four of Pentacles in relationships can say you're holding on too tightly to someone from the past, but that's not always true. It could just say that maybe you always end up with like the same type of person. That's what I always think of with the Four of Pentacles. Like, is there a different type of person you should be dating? Do you always end up with people who can't keep a job? Do you always end up with people who are a mess? It's gonna be different for all of you. And again, I feel like you need to look at that. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Moon card here. Could be a Pisces coming in for some of you. For sure. The King of Pentacles, I feel, really is you working. Like I said, I feel like for a lot of you, you could be very focused on work and finances and things like that. As I always say, I have a crap ton of Capricorn in my own chart. Like, all my planets are in Capricorn practically. And, so I always just work. And so I totally get it. But the King of Pentacles with the Moon is kind of like saying, are you burying your head in work so you don't have to look at other aspects in your life, like love, that you don't have? So again, that's not a judgment, by the way. That is me asking you the question. Are you working too hard so that you don't have to look at the fact that you don't have love in your life? Do you want love in your life? I'm getting a lot of questions, mostly from that Seven of Cups in this row. With the Four of Cups, you have the Tower here. Again, if you're dealing with a person from the past, I feel like there was a Tower moment, obviously, the breakup. For others, I feel like it's just you have maybe built your walls up around you. I almost feel the opposite here. It's like I feel like you have kind of built your tower up, right? And it's almost like I get the sense of kind of trying to protect what is yours coming from that position, right? So it's like you've built your life to a certain point. It's like, do I invite someone into my life right now? Do I allow someone to potentially mess that up? I feel like that's a question. It's almost like you're saying, am I going to have a tower moment in the future by allowing love into my life? You have this Into Me I See card, and you also have this Willing Release card as well. So again, some of you are probably either releasing a situation or a person from the past here, or you could be in the future. And or I feel like some of you are releasing the, being alone and things like that as well. And maybe you are deciding that you do want love in your life with these cards. If they're gonna, I really don't know why it refuses to focus right now here, Capricorn, but whatever. So yeah. I feel like some of you are kind of like looking inside yourself. You have the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the Two of Cups here. This is your present position. I feel like you're very attractive at this time with the Queen of Wands right here in your top row. So I feel like you are attracting someone, Knight of Cups, probably a knight in shining armor, into your life. I feel for some of you that this person could be like a soulmate. You have the Two of Cups here. Two of Cups is definitely a soulmate energy, and I feel like there, could be a soulmate coming in for you here, a perfect match. I feel like what you need to realize is, I feel like this person is very different than you. So, I feel like this person comes from a different background. They could come from another country. They could speak a different language completely. Something is different here. Two of Cups, they are meant to look different. They are meant to look like two totally different people here on this card. One person has like polka dot. They have like this, it's like a flowery pattern on their cloak. The other person's like much more formal looking, much more serious, whatever you want to call it. So I feel for some of you, it's like you're attracting someone who is very different. Maybe you're the serious one. You're attracting someone playful. Maybe you're very playful. Maybe you're attracting someone who's very serious. The thing with the Two of Cups is that this is a good thing. It's like with the Two of Cups, if we attract someone who is maybe different than us or different than what we normally go for, usually with the Two of Cups, it's something that works out very, very well. So I feel like this could be a very good sign for you that you're attracting a good person into your life. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Two of Pentacles here. Putting in the work, I feel like you're working really hard. Like I said, Two of Pentacles is the card of hard work. It is the card of work hard, play hard. So I feel like some of you, if you're looking for love, I would make sure that you're playing hard. I would make sure that if you're working a lot, I'd be getting out there, doing things that you enjoy, having fun in life, all that other good stuff. And boom, with the Knight of Cups, you have the Queen of Wands. So this is clearly a like someone who's very attracted to you that is coming in for you here. I feel like that Queen of Wands repeating like that is just saying the Knight of Cups is love. It's interesting as well because the Knight of Cups is facing towards this Wheel of Fortune, and you have that Fates card at the top there as well, Capricorn. So I feel like you are kind of attracting a faded, a faded connection, whatever you want to call it, a divine counterpart, something like that, right? I'm not into the titles, right? I'm like, let's find a person that where you put in the work and they're also willing to put in the work, and then let's go from there. Forget the titles, right? I think that's a much better way to approach it. So definitely could be love coming in for you. With the Two of Cups, you have the Four of Swords here. Four Swords is like healing. I almost feel like some of you have been asking for this. It's like the Four Swords, it's like he almost looks like he's praying here. If it's probably not going to focus. There it goes. And you can see his hands. He looks like he is praying with his hands there. That's standing out to me for you, Capricorn. It's almost like I feel some of you maybe have been praying for blessings and love, or maybe you've just been kind of like starting to think about it. I get a more ready type of energy there where I feel you are ready for love at this time. Maybe you haven't been ready. Maybe you're more ready at this time. Next, you have this Morning Dew girl. These cards are crazy. This is the Oracle of the Mystical Moments. I thought that said Mountain Dew girl. So, I don't know. Maybe you're attracting someone who likes Mountain Dew or something like that into your life here. I feel like you could be attracting someone who is more kind of like expressive. I feel like you could be attracting someone who is almost more emotional as well. Whatever, Capricorn. I feel like you could be attracting someone who has much deeper emotions. Maybe you're not used to that here. And so I feel like that's what this card is kind of like talking about. You have the Seven of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Eight of Cups here. Like I said, I kind of get this as a choice, the Seven of Wands and the Eight of Cups down here. For some of you, if you're dealing with a person from the past, or if you're dealing with just a person that you've had a situation with, or whatever you want to call it, like situationship, it's like Seven of Wands is a commitment. Seven of Wands is like knowing that you know that something is for you. It's a card of conviction, which is just that deep belief, that deep inner knowing, that deep inner understanding that something is right for you, or that something, kind of belongs to you, right? The Eight of Cups is clearly walking away from the situation. The Wheel of Fortune really says you have the choice. The Wheel of Fortune, the wheel is always spinning on the Wheel of Fortune. We control the direction of the wheel with our vibrations. There's this snake, and it's not going to focus, so I don't even know why I'm going to bother showing you, Capricorn. This is going to drive me nuts today. But the snake on the side there is right here. The snake represents your vibrations. So I feel for a lot of you that, this could say that the outcome of a situation is dependent on your vibrations. The Sphinx up here with the sword, there's a Sphinx with the sword. I'm just going to describe it to you at the top of the card. He kind of represents wisdom. He is making more of an informed decision. He is sitting at the top of the wheel, which, is kind of where you want to be, right? You want to be at the center of the wheel on the Wheel of Fortune, but he's making an informed decision. He's making a decision based off of more his intelligence, his wisdom, the things that he knows. I feel like you need to do that. Like, if you're trying to decide between two people, if you're trying to decide whether or not to commit to a person, it's like, deep down inside, you know exactly what you want to do. I feel like you just need to kind of go inside and get those inner answers. With the Seven of Wands here, you have the Queen of Cups here and the Ace of Wands. So I would say, again, if you're dealing with a water sign, there's still a lot of attraction here. I would say, if there's a situationship with a water sign or whatever, I feel like there's a lot of attraction here. I feel like this person loves you a lot. I mean, if you're dealing with a person, specifically a water sign, and if it is a positive connection, I feel like there is a ton of love here, and also a lot of like strong desire. So I do feel like it would still be a good commitment. For others, Ace of Wands is something new. So, I feel like there could be a new beginning in love with a new person. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Four of Cups here. You have the Four of Cups over here as well. And the Four of Cups is like that meditative energy that I was getting. I feel like meditation or thinking would be a good idea for you here as well. It's also interesting that you have the Tower with the Four of Cups, then Four of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. So you could almost look at this as a second chance here, Capricorn. So I do feel like there could be some sort of second chance where there was a falling out. Again, I would say if you are, again, I'm not suggesting you take your ex back. So, there you go. But what I would say is if you're taking a person back from the past, if you are, not you should, right? If you are, then this to me would look like there have been some significant changes. So again, if you're wondering if you should take a person back or if you've been thinking about it, I would say if you have changed significantly and they have changed significantly, or you've both had different realizations about the relationship, I would say yes. I would actually say things will probably work out better because you have the Tower, you've rebuilt. Now the Wheel of Fortune is kind of like the change, the coming back around here. So I would say yes, but as long as you have changed. For others, I feel like this is the universe bringing you love, but with the Eight of Cups here, you have the Ten of Swords. See, it's interesting. I feel like if you were to walk away from this person, you would be sad. Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords doesn't mean that that's a bad thing. Again, I think something people need to realize about life is it's like just because something will make you sad doesn't mean you shouldn't do it, right? It's like you can be with a person and want to leave them and be sad about leaving them, but it could also not be the right person, right? It's like it just because it makes you sad doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. But what I would say is if you're dealing with a person, I feel like walking away could make you sad here. I want to clarify real quick just these last cards here, the Wheel of Fortune with the Four Cups. You have the Death card, the Four of Pentacles holding on too tightly to something, and the Six of Swords moving on to calmer shores. Again, like I said, if you were to allow this death of the connection, if you're dealing with a person, Six of Swords says you would get to calmer shores. For others, I feel that I almost feel like this is a reward that's coming in for you here. You have this Exposed and Revealed card. I feel like some of you need to open up. The Death card can represent like a stripping down here. So you have the Death card here, and the Death card can represent the total removal of certain aspects of yourself. I feel like some of you have gone through that. I even remember a couple years ago when I was doing lives, you kept getting the Death card, Capricorn, and I kept saying it's almost like you're being reduced to your skeleton. I kept getting that feeling. It's interesting because I get the same feeling for you right now, Capricorn. I feel like some of you, it's almost like you have been stripped down, like completely to the bone. And this could be emotionally, it could be more your personality, it could be certain aspects of yourself. And I feel like you have been rebuilding yourself. That's why we have the Tower over here, is because I feel like this is part of the rebuilding. And now I feel like the hard part is actually the Six of Swords over here. Because Six of Swords is a good card, but, she's carrying baggage. She has a small child here. It's not going to focus, so I don't even know why I'm bothering showing you. But, she has that small child there, Capricorn. And then this person in the back of the boat represents a guide. He represents someone who goes back and forth between the choppy waters. So it's like you're being guided to the other side right now. I feel like you're being guided towards improvements, which is a good thing. And I feel that right now maybe you're in this rebuilding phase. With the Wheel of Fortune here, it kind of says like you have total control over who you allow into your life and who you don't allow into your life. And so I kind of feel like you remember, like, I think for your end of the year reading, I was talking about a blank canvas or something like that. I get that feeling for you here in love. I feel like you're almost being given a blank canvas, a blank slate. I feel like you're going to be allowed to say, I want this type of person in love, blah, blah, blah. And the universe will deliver. It is fate. You have the Fate card here. So pretty weird reading. I like it. So thank you for being here, Capricorn. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.